So, electric cars are surely making their way here with all the technology and things, and whether or not you feel good or bad about it, here is my thoughts taken from a live stream the other day of my ideas with electric cars and the huge problem I see when it comes to motorsport. So, see what I have to say. Tell me what you think about electric cars and the future of the automotive industry in the description below. But especially if you're a motorsport enthusiast, you watch racing, I want to see if you agree or disagree with me, because it's kind of, I think humans are like not super good at seeing or kind of having an idea of the future. Every time we try and guess the future, like flying cars and stuff, we're normally a long way off. But hopefully that's the case with this, because I don't want this problem of the motorsport world to be affected negatively by the positive advancement in technology. So be sure to check out the top link if you want to see streaming Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. You'll see stories like this and also nice iRaces. So thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time. While I tell you guys what's wrong with electric cars, first of all, I believe electric cars are the future. Like, let's think about this. I don't care if you're like, I love V8s. I want to get a V8 and I have to have one before they start not making them, which I'm actually really upset about. But can you imagine, and it's very real and going to happen here, having a car, if you've ever worked on your cars and stuff, there's no oil. There's no oil changes every year, every 10,000 kilometers, unless you do more, every 6 months. Less if you've got a sports car, so multiple times a year. No oil. There's no mess. There's no checking the oil. There's no worrying about it. It's crazy to think about that. And there's just no grime, there's no nothing. And you know, if you're a clean person or whatever, it might not bother you. Or it might be a selling point to you. So there's that side of things. But plus, like, you get home, you just plug it in. You never have to go to a fuel station. Unless you just want to charge up in the city or something. Like, there's so many benefits to it, and not to mention Rimac coming out. If you've seen their entry, or what they've made, $2 million, yes. Battery technology, though, will become cheaper. But man, they've made the record-breaking production car. So we've only had electric cars for like not long now, and they've launched this thing, and it's smashed every car. There's not many cars that come under 10 seconds on the quarter mile out the factory. This thing did it like 8.5. Just annihilated them. Plus it's got, you know, pretty refined and things like that. And we're so early into the technology of batteries. Like, they're continually improving them. So you can imagine 10 years time how good battery cars are going to be. If they can go further, if you don't have to worry about oil, so they're less service eventually. If they can go further in distance on one tank, and you know, it costs less to run and all these things, there's so many benefits, and you can't deny that they're probably here to stay. But I tried to watch Formula E. Now, I don't know if you guys watch Formula 1. I think I'm a huge Formula 1 fan. I never miss a race. I love racing. I watch MotoGP. I watch DTM. I watch Nitro Rallycross was on the other day. I think there's nothing more pure than racing someone to the finish line. And not to mention with 1,000 horsepower, as an example, at their disposal. I want to see what a human is capable of with that level of engineering and technology and what humans have been able to produce, racing someone to the line. It's so much strategy mixed in with raw energy and like the speed these things go. And, you know, there's so many things about racing. I love it, right? I tried to watch Formula E several times. There's not a one-hit wonder thing. And I go into it with open mind. I really do. Because I'm like, electric energy is here. Like, could be the future of racing and things like that. And the cars are going to be electric and whatever. And, man, there's something wrong. I try to watch as best I can. I really do. And it's just a mixture of, I don't know if it's the current technology that electric has, but the tracks seem to be like small and technical. There's no Spa, there's no flat out Rouge and things like that. So that's another ballgame. But maybe they get fast enough and they can handle that, and they beat that. And that's not a concern anymore, whatever tracks they have. But just hearing them count down the line with this like 1, 2, 3, go. And this like weird, like it's like a squeal or this buzz of electric energy. And I'm like, oh, okay. Obviously, they're quiet. Electric's quiet. And they go in the front corner. And even if they're going fast, locking brakes and stuff, you know, the passing can get a little bit windy. And they're always breaking fenders and hitting each other and things like that. But racing's hard enough to demonstrate how awesome it is, to put it simply. Like, if you watch football and things like that, or if you got people that love ball sports, and then you show them racing, they're like, why do you want to watch cars going in a circle? Like, it looks boring. And they just don't get it. Like, if you're there at the venue, it's crazy. Now you got to take the sound away. Man, watching electric racing, I haven't seen one in person, so maybe that fixes it, and you can see how fast they are and stuff. But there's something completely missing, and I think I've kind of got onto what it is, and that's a scary thought, because I don't know how you're going to fix it. Okay, if you see a tiger or a gorilla or a rhino or whatever, they're big boys, right? Generally, they're scary. But one of the features that we know to stay away from like a instinctive way, is the sound. So you know a lion is bad news when that MF roars. Like, to put it simple. You hear it, and that is like a lot of animals and things use sound to demonstrate that they're dangerous. If you hear a twin turbo V10 Lamborghini coming up behind you and you're walking the sidewalk, like, it's another demonstration of that thing is dangerous. So you know it's powerful. You hear it. If you hear a V8 thundering past, you know it's powerful. It's one of our senses. You can see it moving fast. That's going to kill you if it hits you. You can hear it. That's going to kill you if it hits you or comes too close. The damage is because it's so powerful. Yeah, it's one of the senses. So I don't think it's a fact of coming around to, we're used to combustion engines making noise. No, I think it fundamentally is missing one of these sensors. How do you, unless they can force induct electric cars somehow, you can hear the turbos just destroying the air, manipulating it and powering through. You can hear supercharger whines on combustions, and I know they work in the combustion system. But somehow if they can use air, boost themselves, and etc., and then have that powerful sound associated with the speed as well, unless they can do that, I'm a little bit worried and upset about what racing is to come. It has to stay combustion. But then it gets weird, because if our on-the-street cars are that fast, it just being electric, do we keep combustion hybrid as cars advance just to satisfy the sound? Like, it kind of makes it a bit weird now. So I like to stay optimistic, but I can't lie. I think my game crashed. I literally think my game crashed. Like, if this thing here on the screen went electric, I really think we're going to be missing a fundamental part of racing. And if technology moves that way, I'm not trying to be pessimistic, nostalgic, or whatever. It just upsets me because I love motorsport so much of what is racing going to be. It just, in my mind, you have to have forced inducted air or air manipulated somehow, whether they're accessory components to the car just strapped on electric cars, but they're fast enough already as it is. Maybe that helps them get to top speed down a main straight or something.